Hi guys, so I had a few quick things I wanted to go over since I will be gone this Sunday, as well as Pastor Phil wanted to make sure that everyone knows how to use the check-in system because we want to make sure that all new people coming in are checked in appropriately and they are put into the computer, and that we are not using the stickers unless absolutely necessary. If they come in late and there's no one at the desk, but if someone is at the desk, then we need to get them in the computer right away and not later. So the first thing you would do is give them one of these cards to fill out if they're brand new. I'll go over that in a minute. Quick things we do next week. Whoops, we have a sign up here. Next week, June 3rd, our kindergartners will be graduating to Uptown. This is any child who will be going to kindergarten in the fall. Even if right now they're still 4, but they turn 5 over the summer, so they'll be going to kindergarten in the fall, they will graduate up on June 3rd. I did make a list of all the kids that I thought would be going up based on birth dates in the computer. And the ones that are highlighted are the ones that I already notified the parents. So if you think about it, if you notice it, you can mention it to the parents or grandparents when they get dropped off or picked up. The other thing is after third service, please fill out the Bridge Kids School Report. This is just the number of kids in class and the number of volunteers. And then that just goes in the Connect box. The other thing is we have brand new walkie-talkies. They are rechargeable. This takes the place of our battery-operated ones that I felt were eating up money because I was always changing the batteries. So you need to turn the volume all the way up. One goes in the classroom and one stays out here to the desk. If you bring a child to the bathroom, please close the door and lock the door behind you. And when you're ready to come back in the classroom, use the walkie-talkie here at the desk to call into the room to ask them to let you back in. I want to remind all volunteers that if somebody is knocking on this door over here, we need to ignore them. If the door is locked and closed, as in class has started and we've got the doors closed, if someone is knocking, we need to just ignore it. There is a note on the back of the door that tells them to come down the hallway to the classroom. This is for security reasons. If someone is knocking, we cannot see who is behind the door. If we open the door, we don't know who it could be. They could have come straight in and straight downstairs in. We've been working really hard. The safety team and the rest of staff have been working super duper hard to make sure that we are safe and secure down here. The cameras are coming soon. We've got all of our doors locked. Safety team should be coming downstairs and inspecting every room before first service and closing and locking each of the doors so that nobody should have a place to hide down here. So we need to keep that door closed and locked once 15 minutes into class starts, and we do not open it for anybody tapping on the door. So when they come down the hallway to the other room, we have a nice big window, and we're able to see who it is, and we're able to see that they have a child with them and they have a check-in sticker in their hand, and we can let the child into class. I think security is working on, or safety team is working on some other things to make things more secure, but for now, please just don't answer that door. All right, check-in. We do have a cheat sheet. I'm gonna hit the 3 main situations we'll come upon here. The one is just checking in normal, everyday attenders. So we've got Sunday service, and this will already be up here. This computer doesn't get shut down, so you just wiggle the mouse and it comes up. So we're gonna search for, somebody by their name. So I'll look up my kids, let's see, or my family, my household. So I've got all of us. We can click on one of the kids. Levi's our only kid in kids' churches now. So, and then you just click on check in one person. Once you click that, eventually the stickers will print all by themselves. So you give the parent one sticker and the other sticker goes on the child, and remind the parent to keep that sticker for checkout, which they absolutely have to have at checkout. So that's an easy one. We're going to start over. So now if we have someone who is brand new, they're not in the system. We say, hi, what is your name, the parent's name, and we're going to get that filled into the computer. You want to make sure you give them a card. This needs to be filled out while the parent is standing here. And you can have them verbalize things out loud, and you can be typing while they're filling things in with pen. We're going to turn that in also to the Connect box at the end of services so that Wendy Scheffel over in the office can go in the computer and make sure everything is in there correctly. So we've got a new person. We're going to click on Sunday service. And we're going to say Jane Bennett. And she may say she hasn't been here before, but we just, this is how we get started. So we type it in first. She's nowhere to be found, but don't fret. We're going to add a person. And they've never been here before, so we're going to add them to a new household. So Jane Bennett is the adult. She is female. We don't need an email address unless they want to give it to us. Mobile phone, that we absolutely have to have, because this is how we get a hold of parents during service. We text them so that they know which child and which area they need to come check on their child. So we're going to, so this is, Jane is the head of this family, and you can add dad if you want. I'm going to add children just because we're working on the children's ministry part. So let's say, even though technically Elizabeth is one of her sisters, maybe she's bringing her sister to church. Elizabeth Bennett. So we're going to create a new person. And she is a child. She is a female. Her birth date. We do need her birth date. Let's say her birth date is May 30th. Whoops, I didn't change the year. May 30th, 2014. Trying to make sure that they end up being a preschooler. So this shows that she is 3 years old. We don't need her school necessarily. We do need her grade level though. So she is pre-K. It is still important to put it in, because when we don't put it in, if it assigns her to an area, quite often we find downstairs kids are checked in for the wrong area. They're checked in for nursery, or they're checked in for elementary. That's because somebody didn't put the proper grade level in. All right, so we want to know if she has no allergies, or if she has any allergies, I should say. But we're going to say she has no allergies. So those are that's all we need, because the rest of it is in their family profile. And then if there's another child, I mean, the Bennetts have 5 girls, you would just keep adding new and add the children in. So the most important things are that we have the adult's name, a mobile number, and then with the children, we click on that little circle that says add new, and we can keep adding children. We need their name, their birthday, and their grade, and then, you know, if they have any allergies or special instructions for us. So then that's one scenario, and we would click on Save the Household, and that's another way. That's another thing that Wendy would be checking on. She'd use that card to make sure it's all in the computer. So then our third scenario is if, say, the Bennetts bring a neighbor friend with them. So we're gonna check in, and the Bennetts aren't in here. So let's use a real person. We'll say us. Say we're gonna bring a friend. So brought in this household, we're going to add to our household, because while they're here, they are under our under us. Like if we need to be called, if someone needs to be called for that child to be picked up, we're the ones that are in charge of them while we're at church right now. So we're going to add someone to this house. Yep. We're going to say Sally Smith. Okay, good. Just making sure that's not a real person here. Create a new person, and we would fill in all of her information, and she's under our family, so that if there is an issue, our numbers are the ones that they will text for Sally. And then you would be able to go back, and you would save it and go back and check her in. All right, I hope that explained everything well enough. It really doesn't take that long. It actually took longer for me to explain it than it would be to actually do it. And then you could start over and go and check them in for service. All right, thanks guys.